My question to you is, sir, that can it be predicted which patient gets a long COVID, or it can be variety of patients who may start from asymptomatic to those who were very sick in the ICU. Everybody is at a risk, or only a specific subset of that is at a risk.
So, Dr. Pandit, that's a very good question. So, in order to understand that, let us look at whether other coronavirus infections had also long COVID. For example, in 2003, we had the first SARS-1, and then we had the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. So, there has been documentation that in the first SARS, there were studies done in Hong Kong which found out that the exercise capacity and health status in survivors of SARS and healthcare workers who have experienced SARS had a persistent blunting of exercise capacity for 24 months. And in another study which was done in again Hong Kong, which was published in a journal called JAMA from first SARS, found that chronic fatigue symptoms were seen for 3.5 years in 40% of people who had recovered from SARS. And both from SARS and MERS, when they did a systematic review of lung function abnormalities, psychological abnormalities, and reduced exercise capacity, up to 6 months after hospital discharge was seen. So the first and the most important criteria is that was the patient hospitalized or not hospitalized. Likelihood of a long COVID is higher in people who are hospitalized compared to people who are home. That is the first thing. People who are asymptomatic are less likely to get a long COVID symptoms compared to those who are symptomatic. And people who had severe disease are near definite that they will get it. So remember that is something which is there. But we are understanding more and more research. Who is getting really long-term COVID? Uh, do the symptoms recur or do they persist? What is the full recovery, when will it occur, and what is going to be there. Can vaccine impact long COVID? There's a lot of data which is expected now that we need to give vaccines, a lot of these post COVID symptoms disappear. So there is clearly a generation of data across the world now to understand that we are seeing better and better, getting better and better on this long COVID whole philosophy, and it has become a really important entity now, and we know that this is something which we know. As I said, that hospitalized patients have a poor yield and predictor on all this. We also know that people who had persistent COVID are the ones who will, who are more symptomatic will get COVID much more in the long COVID part of it. So obviously we need to understand that critical cases, people who got on a ventilator, people who took critical care statements, they are the ones which are there. Typically, also remember that post-COVID conditions are not unknown now, and they need a lot of rehab and recovery. Neurological conditions, cardiac conditions, pulmonary conditions, metabolic conditions, persistent fatigue, psychiatric conditions, all of them compose of this long COVID syndrome. So obviously, these long COVID survivors have their own challenges.